Hello. Start bang on the end of the counter. How am I doing today? Like, how is that for good today? Right, hello. Let's get the game loading in here. Why is it not accepting my... Why don't something silly to get... Hey Barney. The game has crashed itself for no good reason. Hang on, let me yeah, no, it's crashed. What does the log say? Sorry, need to check this because I may have... It's a good practice to just give the log a quick check. Let's go Big Dave while I do this. Oh yeah, it's in there and then there. Where's the log? Where is the log? This? No. No. Ah, there it is. Oh, I see why certain stuff isn't working. Sorry, I did just... Oh. I see. Hello, just Barney, by the way. The game had a little fart. I want to test something, so I want to test something. I may be intentionally crashing the game here. Went to play the RC play and you've been building it for a few weeks yesterday. It made too much lift, stalled, and planted going into the ground. If it's stalling, it's not producing too much lift. It's that it the center of mass is too far behind the center of lift. So, okay, this might crash the game. Okay, no. We might... Ah, it's done the thing. Hang on, I need to reopen the game. It's done a thing I didn't want it to do. Or, it's not done a thing I wanted it to do. It's probably a better way of putting it. Okay, so I have to use that shortcut, I guess. Yeah, Steam isn't doing preloads as far as I... Reboot, yeah, you just need the center of gravity to be only slightly behind the center of lift. Like, what you learned there was very basically how planes work. It was, if you've seen the pictures of the planes that end up tilted like that at airports, like where this is the tail and it's sitting on the tail, that's exactly what happens, Scrubby. You had to mount the bat way too far away. Couldn't see across the middle. You couldn't access the middle plane. Yeah, but that's a problem that real air, like, talking about tail strike. No, I'm to an extent. I'm talking more about the likes of the UPS plane that they unloaded the front first. If you understand what I mean there, Jake. Good afternoon, Giant DK. But more a case of not necessarily tail striking, but the load imbalance would probably be the best way to put it. Jake, I realized when I booted up the game, I need to fertilize this field, because this has 0 fertilizer. Hello, Madzer. So, I mean, I've got this, so let's get a few bags of fertilizer. 8 should do. I have made a crucial error. The tractor that is seeding is in fact the tractor that has the front loader. Cattle say hi. Hi Massey and Massey's cattle. Patter 6920. Cheers for the follow. Go to market. It's quite amusing actually. How many people got fired for doing that? Surprisingly easy to do. It had rear landing gear issues. Yeah, they might have been wanting to get weight off the rear. Or test something. You know, it's difficult to know what happened, that kind of stuff. Showered and ready for another day of lying in bed doing nothing. Well, get up and do something, Xander. You don't have any wing spars in the plane at all? That's decidedly not good. You need the wings to be stable. You can put a link into the picture of it so that people can understand what we're talking about. So I need to do stuff that I can't do, which is glorious. Also, I maybe shouldn't have bought as much fertilizer because all the hired workers are about to stop at the same time. It's icy. So, wear a hoodie. Also, I never said, like, go outside. Just get up and do something at home. Quaz K, hello. Okay, you're finished, but the other one is about to quit because there's no money left. Yep. Okay. So, I'm gonna need money. Factories now, show us. That's how I'm gonna make money. Meow. Leave the cedar there. Madzer, you unintentionally reminded me of something that I set up last night. Yeah, workers quit if you don't have any money left. Right, so we need to go to the... I say last night, yesterday. We need to go to the bakery, which is this way. Because we have some bread we can sell. I made some bread yesterday. The plan for today is hopefully... I don't know how well this is going to work out, but hopefully get that grain mill taken over. Big time. Because what I'd love to do is get big bucks from bread. That's what I'm hoping. This is what... That's terrible, but also I like it. The bad joke rule went away a long time ago, ATEC. If you were around during the era of the you get timed out for a bad joke, that's gone for a long time. Because chat kept just doing it at random points, and nobody was able to talk because everybody had been timed out. Are the factories expensive to build? They're like, it depends on what you want to do, Madzer. So let's just pull over here for a second. Let's be responsible, put the hazards on. So, if I go down here to construction, production, factories, you're looking at like 50 grand for the bakery, which is the cheapest. And it kind of goes up from there. You can get a different bakery. You know, this... You know, you're looking at 50 to 110,000 for the factories themselves, and then another extra bit for the biogas plants. The big one that is on the map is a 1 megawatt plant. So a 1,000 kilowatt plant, that costs 1.5 million. So you can... Like, they are on the map already, Madzer. You can buy the ones that are already on the map. That's the grain mill. The bakery's in town. I turned off... I was really close to the bakery and then I made a turn. Hello, Stefan. Stefan, have you looked in... This is a weird question, and I'm going to have to be really vague with why I'm asking this. Have you looked in your Farming Simulator 22 folder in My Games? There are folders in there that... Have a look in there. I went looking for my log, and yeah. Raid? Well, hello, Ape29AR. And hello, Raider or Raiders. Hello, Steve37UK. Oh, look at all that bread. We've literally made bread. What's the Steam releasing at ridiculous hours behind every other platform? The simple reason, ATEC, is that they're not. Technically. Steam is based in California. And let's have a look at this bread. Oh, look at that glorious bread. What we got here? We got... that looks like a sourdough. That looks like a sourdough. Two nice brown, dark brown loaves. And, actually these three might be sourdoughs, and I might be wrong on these two. They might be different. They look like really nice loaves of bread. Mods are still available, well, will be available for FS22 eventually, yes. Pun intended, the bread texture looks delicious. I would buy these loaves. Where are you looking? Your Farm Sim 22 folder. In My Games. Have a look through the various subfolders there. I had a game crash and went looking for my log and found some stuff in there that I learned some stuff today. I haven't had quite a chance to look through it, but actually, I'll send why I'm asking in idiots. Because holy crap. VFS4 incoming? Oh god. There you go, Stefan. Check idiots. And I'm not kidding. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I literally found it as I was starting the stream. But yeah, that's a thing. It's the best thing about a bread joke, it never gets stale. Yes, it does. Bread gets stale really quickly. Like, once you slice some bread, it starts getting stale really quickly. Yes, but the joke doesn't... Yes, it does. It's already stale. I have ruined it. Please accept that the joke has been ruined. Okay. Next question. Where the hell is the supermarket? Because that's... I think that's where you sell... Well, no, because I need to sell the bread to make money so that I can seed. I have thought this through. Where's... Bread. Okay, where's that? Okay, it's up there. Can I just say, by the way, the reverb that you get when you're building in this game, that's not getting old for me. Yeah, I think a search bar may be in order if they had many more crops, to be honest. VF and 296 people. Oh, good God. Hello, literally everybody. Oh, good googly moogly. Right, let's get this bread strapped down and let's get this bread strapped down and see how much we make from it, because I'm broke. And I don't want to hello everybody coming in, hello VF Raiders. What did you get up to today, VF? I was trying something fancy with my music the last couple of streams and realized that it was eating the game sound. Which is lovely. So I downloaded. I literally this morning went to go. You made salt bread. You were doing this. You were doing exactly this. Also, I just smashed my. I hope that hasn't damaged something. Okay, that seems fine. I just smashed the cable for my. My headphones. I was a bit concerned there. Alex has just checked. Doesn't it? Not music at all. Exactly. I'm with you there, VF, but it's just for the kind of... Why are stream alerts not working today? I don't know. Let me just check something here. I think something's gone weird with stream elements. Hang on. Let's try reloading the overlays. Ah, the stream is naked. CJ. 205 viewers in total, no pressure. Madzer, I'm gonna be real. There was a time when that would affect me. I've kind of come to the conclusion that the best thing to do with streaming is to just have the same stream no matter how many people are in. Thank you to those of you who are following. For some reason my alerts have broken. I have no idea why, but they have. Bread is not accept. Yes, it is. Did I? I'm definitely in the right place, yes? Desjardins... The heck do you sell this plate? The bread, then? Oh, maybe you sell it there. Yes, you said it here. Okay. $16 grand. Okay. Yeah. Production chains are worth it. Holy cow, there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a VF raid, Blondie. VF brought literally everybody over here, so, bit of a busier stream than I'm used to. Must be Warburton's bread. It's, I'll have you know, Atek, it is artisanal handmade bread using only the finest grain that I found on the floor yesterday. What's this am I playing on? PC. VF knows about the Easter. Yeah, VF, have you found, if you're still here, have you found the baguette? I can actually show off the baguette. We're going back through town. PC with controller, yeah. Selected grains. Pro Farmer gifted a sub to Mex. Thank you, Pro Farmer. Are there seasonal variations in prices? Yes. That was something I was shocked and just... This is the best thing. This encourages you to have, like, warehouses for your production chains. It straight up encourages you to have warehouses and mass produce, store, and then sell in ridiculous bulk. The uncertainty bars are great, yeah. There we go. I don't know why the alerts have broken, by the way. They were working fine earlier. No soil temp though? Is there? I think the way that it works... Yeah, you're right. The way that it works is just you have to plant in the correct month. Where am I in relation to the baguette? The baguette is over here. Let me show you the baguette. This has been a mystery since I found it yesterday. But, I'll park up here. So, you see that suspicious mark on the inner wall here? This mark right here at the bottom of the screen. There is I'm not sure how this happened, but somebody has managed to embed a baguette in the ground. I am family friendly. Is the webcam slightly out of sync? Possibly. Let me try. Can I reload this? Let's try this. It is out of sync, and I don't know how to fix it. Bear with. Let me try fixing this. Deactivate. Activate. Might take a minute to come back. It's still out of sync. I wonder, is it out of sync? Hang on. Is it out of sync here? Because if it's out of sync, it is out of sync here. It's gonna do some wonkiness. Bear with. Now it should be back in sync. Roughly. Yes, mostly. Can I tell if it's worth the full money or not? I think it is. My opinion. You know, I'm going to be playing Farm Sim a lot, so 35, 40 quid for a game that I'm going to play a lot, yeah, worth it. As for, I did see somebody asking, and I didn't quite catch the name, I apologize, whether I chose Steam or Giants Download. There wasn't really a choice given, it's Giants Download. The early access is usually only done through the Giants direct store download imaging. Which is good, because should you get the games from Steam or Giants? It's up to you, Dragon Chick. There's no real difference. What map is this? This is Haute Baileron, the French map. Devil Dude. But there is no real difference between Steam or Giants anymore. Yeah, look, if you're going on a cost per hour basis, I traditionally play about 1,000 hours of Farm Sim, maybe 1,500. So you divide €35, which I think it's €35. Divide that by 1,500. You get a really low cost per hour. Like, a really low cost. And, Pro Farmer, thanks for giving out a gift sub to Steam Fan. If you're only ever going to play 3 hours of Farm Sim, it's maybe not worth the money. If you're going to play 2,000, suddenly it's just... it's a bargain. Yeah, if you... Hey JD, 9535. Let's get the Vulture met. You've had 1,600 hours on Flight Sim. I'm nowhere near that close, but like... you know that I get my, my money's worth in Flight Sim, Alex. Stream is live today. Yeah, you can thank VF for that, Farming Boy. He threw a raid of like 300 people in. Has anyone looked at the force feedback? I don't know. I tried asking somebody with a wheel and they got confused. So I don't know the answer. Is the answer I can give? I would love if it did. Hey Tech, but I can't be bothered plugging in a wheel. It's a whole faff. It's just... the amount of work and cutting edge tech we asked for, we're in a good time. Yeah, I always kind of... if you... actually, here's a... oops, I forgot shuttle, oh no. Keep forgetting that I'm using manual plumbing gearbox in shuttle mode. Oh my god, it works, Red Dirt? That's amazing. That, like... oh, now there's a... now... oh, now I'm tempted to use the wheel, but it's a whole thing to get it set up. ASG. Continue Macro Sim Airport. You absolute shill, Alex. What wheel do I own? I have a Logitech 227. Also, should mention, I'm running stupid fast because I have cheats enabled. Just in case I have the need to put 3670 neutral and revved. Yeah, they've I've got the need for speed, Devil Dude. Yeah. Also, it's more a case of if I need to get something to show off, or want to get something to show off, and don't have the money for it, I can just go, oh hey, GS money ad 50 million, and be like, hey, look at this thing. Hot air balloons. The hot air balloons look awesome, might I add. Like, I particularly like the hyper multicolored one over there, not gonna lie. Surprise, surprise, the guy called Rainbow likes the rainbow colored one. Tend to pull the wheel out now? No, because it's a faff still. We're stone farming again, yeah. Blackbird was the one you sent me. Well, I can't spoil it, Alex, because I can't remember which one you sent me. I can't remember that picture. So, your secret is safe, because I'm inept. Yeah, Leggy. It is the same as in 19. Some of the commands for the cheats have changed, though. That is something to keep in mind. But it is the... my e-cig fell and hit the spacebar. You really don't feel much when driving a tractor. I mean, Sam Gunn, you don't IRL. This is like I've never been in a tractor, but you wouldn't feel much in real life because they've got power steering, quite aggressive power steering because they're heavy vehicles. It's not like you said. It's not like a racing game, because racing games, the suspension of those things are super stiff. Tractors are off-road vehicles. They don't have stiff suspension at all. Not just straight up hydraulic input, yeah. And on top of that, .bmp, super soft suspension. Like, if you're expecting a racing game style force feedback from Farm Sim, you're gonna be very disappointed. Have no suspension? On the front they do. They got suspension on the front. Because the wheels are free floating. They have an axle that pivots. That is a suspension, .bnp. I would regard that as being a suspension. I got wheel weights on for every trailers. Do I? Front wheel. Yeah, I don't like using weights. I'm one of these lazy people who's just like, if the tractor starts tipping, then I'll use one, but otherwise, otherwise I'll just deal with it popping the odd wheelie. Right. I need to grab the Steyr again. Morning 40, how you doing today, dude? There we go. I hope I don't run into the same problem Landy had with this. There is, in the version of the game we have, a bug slash problem slash big issue with the bale, the big bag lifters. This way. And thank you to those of you following. I wish I knew why my alerts weren't working, but they're not working, and I apologize for that. Do we even hydrate? I've seen a few hydrates come in, so I'll just... You're still cheap with buying and selling land. I don't know, Devil Dude. Here we go. What I will say is if you're on this map, a good tip is to look for the collectible game cartridges. Because each one of those is 50,000 cash monies a pop. And I want to see if there's one here. I parked a bit too far away, so I'm just gonna use Mega Jump. I want to see if there's one up on the roof here. There is a story behind them. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but there is a little bit of a story behind why there are game cartridges hidden around this map. It's cows on Elm Creek. How many per map? There's 20 game cartridges on this map, so you get 1 million if you were to collect them all, and maybe like an extra bit at the end on top of that if but like I don't know. Are there any around here? I've been looking for them and they're quite difficult to... Can you open this gate? No. Oh. Having a bug isn't always a sign of bad development. Having a bug means that you've been ambitious and something's gone wrong. Or that you've tried to fix a bug and you found you've made another one by mistake. There is service pneus. There is like a joke among people who work with code, like 99 little bugs in the code, 99 little bugs. You take one down, squash it around. 573,962 bugs in the little bugs in the code. I'm in the wall. You saw on someone's stream. Yeah, I'll show them off when I get back to the yard. I did collect a few. The best bug is the I forgot to close my comments bug. Yeah. Although, to be fair, the best bug is the player has screwed up and not read the instructions bug. I found that one. With the trains. I didn't realize they changed how trains work. And I was like, why aren't the trains working the same way they did in 19? Also, these big bags are glorious. Big fan of the big bags. I'm fairly sure that those of you who came over from VF will have been told the exact same thing by him if he's tried them. Anybody who appreciates a bit of realism in farm sim is going to be like, yeah, these big bags are great. Anybody who doesn't will probably complain. But there we go. They have, by the way, reworked how pallets work as well. Yeah, honestly, that BMP, that's what was going on there, was that there wasn't, the instructions were unclear. They've made some huge changes to this game. Yeah, I didn't see the problem happening. He showed me like how it manifests, but I didn't see it happening the first time. This time tomorrow you'll be playing. This time 12 hours for some people in the stream, probably. If you bought it from Giants. See you, Stefan. enjoy what I'm presuming will be some streaming of your own or recording videos. There you go. You could get it from Giants, but you can't be up at midnight. I mean, you could, it's just a bad idea. Streaming at 6? Nice. You streaming until it releases then? Or at least releases through Giants? Because I don't think you're going to stream straight through till 8 AM. My time. From 6. You could, I guess. Pretty much. Yeah, I figured as much. I'm probably going to finish up at like 7 maybe. Jet lag at you. 4 AM. I woke up at 1:30 this morning. I was awake at 1:30 this morning, and yeah, I've been up since then, pretty much. Otherwise, you'd be up all night all week. I see no problem with that. Where am I at? What do you mean, like IRL or in game? Because I'm at the yard in game. So, if you haven't seen them, these are the collectibles. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 20. They all have funny names, like Wheat Gobbler, various other ones, and they all work with this. They're all parodies of like famous games, by the looks of it. But they all work with the little games console, and it's a neat little feature. Flash? Yeah, pretty much mossy. That's been the cause of most of my problems. Hey, Brendan. State or country am I from? Ireland. Are they playable parodies? No, unfortunately not. So I need to... I'm gonna be lazy with spreading fur and just... Ben H, no. What's wrong with you, dude? You guys have problems. If I got a driving license, does it look like it, Devil Dude? No, I don't. No. But good, because I don't have one. Right, let's just fill this up the lazy way. Dang it. There you go. Can I do a shuttle with this? Okay. Driving license in the cereal box? Maybe. .bmp, by the way. Cheers to the sub. I genuinely have no idea why the alerts aren't working. Hey, Yassine. Andrew, I-23. Little fun thing about me. I don't do things for money. I don't... Like, money's obviously a necessity in this world in which we live. I don't go out of my way to try and get people... Like, I don't act the idiot for money. You did give me a couple of euros. Thank you. Honestly, I like having them because it's a good way to remind me to thank people for doing things. Especially subs. There we go. Money is useful, yes. Annoying, but useful. Do I know what country you're from? I'm sure you told me at some point. But no. From Iran. Fair enough. I would have said Turkey myself. With a name like that, but I would have guessed wrong. So how are we doing with that field? Okay, more or less good. Anything new on the map or the mini-map? They've changed how the map works. As you can see, the icons are completely different. Days per season 3. So 1 day per month, which is the way that it's worked. The way that it's phrased in the menus. And that's mainly because, like, it's the start of the game, and I'm just trying to get through as much as I can, as quickly as I can. Can you increase this? Yes, up to 30 days per month. That was a change that was made a month or so ago. But you do have the option here. Oh, sorry, 28 days per month. So 4 entire weeks in-game per month. I thought it was 30. I rounded up, apparently. Do you have to play with seasons? No. You don't have to play with seasons if you don't want to. Thought I was stuck at 9 and 12. Hang on a second, guys. How long until you can play? Depends on where you bought it. But basically on all platforms, an hour. Or a number of hours, not an hour, good god. Hours. You're welcome. You're welcome, .bmp. I was largely ignoring. What brand is the big bag? I can't remember. Front loader tools. Quicker. You forgot how to moderate on Twitch. Click in the name SG and you get the mod options. There are commands too, but I don't use them. Mods largely don't. Yeah, on Steam the game comes out 8 AM GMT in the morning. Midnight California time. It's out from Giants in about 10 hours. And yeah, if it is releasing at midnight local time on console, then parts of Australia will have it now. In fact, most of Australia will probably have the game now. SG, I do remember one slash command. It's /ban. Just throwing that out there for no particular reason. Sincerely children about today? Eh. Do I ever do MP or map mods? Oh dude. I have the most fun on modded maps. So I'm a bit of a mod fiend with basically any game that's easy to mod. I will collect up mods and just go ham with as many realism mods as I can find, which cause problems in some games. But I like kind of coming up with weird ways to play maps a lot of the time. I'll probably be kind of generic, just let's play with maps for a while. Because yeah, the game's still new. I still need to learn a lot of how it works. But once I'm confident I know how the game works and I start to get a small bit bored, I'll start doing weird challenges. I think some of the challenges I did in 19 would work really well in 22. Maybe 30 gigs of mods. Yeah, I'm not quite that bad. I just download most of the mod hub. Do I play solo? Most of the time, yes. I will have a server in the next few days set up. So, here's kind of my rough plan for FS22 content for a few weeks minimum until mod maps really start dropping. Is I'm gonna have both maps on the go. And my plan kind of is based on how I feel the maps work. So I think as a single player map, notice what I said there. As a single player map, I'll go with Elm Creek. Because the fields are a bit smaller, a bit nicer to work with, I think. And honestly, I kind of prefer it. I know I'm on Hout Baileron. This map, Hout Baileron, is going to go on the server. The mod page on Twitch is amazing, Glutenum, yeah. Like, if I'm like being serious mod man in a stream, I will have that little moderator war room open, and it just works so nicely. I legitimately I view it as a war room because you get so much information. You can't, like, it can be difficult to process it all. Thought there were 3 maps. Yeah, the third one is Erlengrad, which, long story short, is the map from the Alpine DLC in FS19. So I just want to make sure that I'm not screwing something up here. I want, there we go. I want sorghum in this field. Erlengrad's great, not a good thing. Yeah, I kind of... This might just be a me thing. I generally don't play a map that comes over from the previous game, because... Not entirely sure why, it's just a thing that I do. Yeah, the FS19 maps, these look okay. Elm Creek, I think, actually looks slightly better, Honey Badger. This is... Obviously, this is a very good map, but I think Elm Creek just kind of nudges it. I don't quite know why. Right, let's... Do you know what I'd love? And it doesn't seem to be available, is, like... Yeah, here's a free idea for a mod immediately, is just, like, something with shelves. Like, a shed that has some shelves in it would be really nice. Like, I could probably use the wooden garage if I really wanted to. But just a shelving unit. For your front loader tools. You're the longest sub here. I believe so, Farming Boy. A warehouse. See, a modular warehouse would be cool, actually. Erlengrad feels very limited. That's kind of the part of the reason why I don't play the map that comes over from the previous game, because it always kind of feels limited compared to the ones that were, like, brought in with the game itself. need my rear weight here. Elm Creek, here's the thing about Elm Creek. They say it's like based in the Midwest. I kind of think it's got more of a New England vibe to it. I'm sure people from New England in the States will disagree. But it definitely has more of an East Coast vibe than a Midwest vibe. Also, if you notice the rear wheel going up there, yeah, there's a reason I'm using the weight here. An Ontario vibe? That's what Landy was saying. Like, Landy Kid lives in Ontario, and he was saying, yeah, it kind of feels like it's around him. With the productions, though, it might open up... The productions do open up the map very nicely, I think. Erlengrad is good to learn the game. It's a different way to start, because, like, you start off with no crops in Erlengrad for quite a while. But it is a good way to learn how to do the animals. Specifically the cows. I wish there was a shed short enough that I could just put the front loader equipment on top of it. Born and raised in Eastern Ontario. It's definitely close. Yeah. That's two people now with Ontario experience that have said that. So it must be somewhere near the truth. You're gonna learn the new FS22 stuff on Erlengrad. Bear in mind, Devil Dude, on Erlengrad you start off with cows and grasswork equipment. You don't start off with crops. It's a very, very different start to the map. Okay, right. That is everything going that I can go with at the moment. Are there contracts? Yep. Let's... Ah! These want hay baled. Yeah. What baler do they want me using? Oh, this covers all bases. If you drive constantly at the same place in grass, doesn't make a track that stays. I don't think so, no. Does placing a building still destroy the surrounding terrain? Yeah, it does. Yeah, that one I timed out. SG, so... Where's the field that I'm mowing? Oh, it's way up at the top of the map. Okay. They won't be back again. But the thing is, Rum Ruffian, it does destroy the terrain, but you can fix it up nicely now. Like, would you know if... Well, you can kind of see that I've done some derpage here. This, I placed something down, deleted it. But it doesn't really look like there was anything there to begin with. I know this is a flat area, but the terraforming tools are much better, but also much weaker now. But it should allow for a bit more precision instead of just making giant divots. Which I always found was a problem in FS19. Hang on, there's a chess tournament. Is that how you say chess in French? Also, is there a... No. They just shut off FS19 terrain, seem more like the map editor. The way the terrain editing works in 22 is much different to the way it worked in 19. It is an improvement. There doesn't seem to be an undo button though. I check. Checkmate. I check myself out in the I check myself out in the mirror every morning. Hey Sylvan. Hey check. Hey, check him out. So it's not like Sean Connery talking about checking himself out in the mirror. It's more like Sean Connery telling you to check something out. Hey, check that out. See, there's easy ways to remember how to pronounce things, and they usually come up with a really stupid way to remember it. Just come up with a weird little story and you will remember things way better. Groupe Cooperatif Hout Baileron. Baileron Co-op. So, I'm going to get a bit distracted here, because... Oh, here's where the chess tournament is. Can you get into the chess tournament? I'm sneaking into the chess tournament. Hello, I'm here for the chess tournament. Hello, am I early? Am I late? This is a terrible chess party. Somebody got angry. Why is there game of X's and O's? O's win though. Whoever's playing X on this was playing terribly, by the way. Best strategy for X's and O's is try and block off the corner if you your opponent's going first. I reckon there might be a collectible around here, by the way. There's a reason I'm in here other than just making fun of the chess tournament. What wonderful places to sit and watch the chess tournament. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful view from this chair here, yes. Old Citron. They like their old Citrons here, apparently. Just chairs facing a wall. Being social. Good God, Alex. What's wrong with you? Social. Enjoy being social. I'm going to remain inside and talking to myself. Can you go up the house? You can't. Probably can, actually, with a bit of parkour. Yes, you can get on top of the house. Those generators that in case the tournament goes late. I don't know, but I found a hammer. Can I pick the hammer? I can't pick up the hammer. Haha, there is a collectible here. That's 50 grand. I wasn't kidding when I said there were 50,000 each. Really worthwhile to pick those up. Like, French people are being French again, guys. I reckon as well, there's going to be a collectible up at the observatory, so I'm going to go up to the observatoire, which I think is the French word for observatory. Either that or it's French for look at this. I don't know French. I know baguette. And some cheeses. There we go. This shortcut isn't very short. Nor is it really cutting through anything, because I'm getting stuck on the terrain a bit. Come on, up the hill you... Yes! I'll go back down the easy way. So one thing I've learned over my years of farm sim is giants do like putting collectibles at points of interest. So if there is one, always look around, because it's another one of those weird cartoon things. Always look around because there's very likely to be something hidden. It's their way of encouraging you to explore the map. Okay, it's not up on top there, so it might be around the edge here. If there is one. Oh, Laurent. I prefer my way of just hideously butcher it and apologize. That's the Irish way of doing things. Just butcher the name and then apologize for butchering it. There it is. You found the Get Off My Field game. I wonder, could there be a second one? Could there be another one over this side, perhaps? I'm gonna go a bit faster this time, because I'm not overly confident. No, there's just the one, but we've now got a healthy amount of money. That said, the reason that I picked up this contract is threefold, actually. Yeah, I got blocked. Giant tractor. Blocked by murder mower. Right. Back to the contract, the reasons that I picked it up. First is obviously to show off the contractor in the game. But the other two are somebody wanted me to look at tedding, because apparently the tedding effects are really cool. And this is a good excuse to do it. And I have been wanting to try out round bales. And again, good excuse. Nice, relatively controlled environment. It's the most Irish looking farm we've seen yet. It's supposed to be French. I'll probably still be live, SG. It's supposed to be French Dave. But I guess he does look Irish, yes. Right. Mowers down. Let's go. I also want to check out windrowing. French farmer, gotta have overalls and big rubber boots. No. He's fashionable. He's a French hipster. Hence the beret. He's a French hipster who's building an artisanal farm in the belief that it'll make him money. Doesn't look enough like a mime. Can I DM my playlist later? Sure, I'll get the link for you, Farming Boy, because it's basically a website and I downloaded the music off it. Legally, might I add, I downloaded the music legally. Artisanal vegan cheese farm. That is probably a thing, Duppy. What's Simulate up to? It's a question I've not been asked in a while. He has been very busy IRL doing work. He has, I think 2 jobs still. But he's on the road a lot. And, he's been just super busy working. He is still alive, though, because I do recall last time he disappeared for months, people, for some reason, started messaging him, telling him he was dead. Like some of the music I'm playing. It's not bad music, actually. Considering I picked it up last minute and didn't vet it at all, it is quite good. Punkaflufen, hello! We're out contracting today. Also, I may or may not have found another couple of cartridges, hence the 100 grand. But, yeah, contracting while the AI does some planting over the yard. Just so there's something nice to do, and I get to do my favourite job in Farm Sim, which is mowing. I'm boring like that. French bit, yeah. That's basically it, Camelons. Like, I kind of like having... I don't know if you guys did, but when I create a character, I come up with a backstory as I'm making them. And then kind of just... It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be, why does this person exist? Why does this person look so stupid? Have I come across any bugs or wrinkles so far? Yeah, for some reason some menu options don't work when you're in a tractor. That's true, yes. Also, this contract I'm doing is going to involve round bales, so we're gonna get our answers. Comedian. Ah! I get... I at least tried. F1 in 23 minutes. Oh God, why am I here? But, guys, seriously, like... You make jokes, .bmp. You have not seen what happens when I play like a game like Fallout or Skyrim, where you get probably too much control over how your character looks. Well, somebody used the class Syrian saddle track back in the game. I would, but I don't have it. Oddly. I get the feeling I will have it tomorrow. But long story short, I don't have it. This is probably the closest, like, this is probably a very close version to what is releasing. There hasn't been a patch dropped for this game. But, this is not necessarily the exact version you're gonna be, playing, shall we say. There may be a patch dropping later tonight for the game. But, Hallrock, to answer your question, I can't use it, but what the Class Zerion Saddle Track pack is, and what the Class Zerion Saddle Track is, it's basically a... imagine a tractor and like a truck, like in Euro Truck, had a baby. So it's got like a cab from kind of a tractor or combine on the front and a fifth wheel. What do I use for steering? Xbox One controller, Mogo. I'm a big fan of convenience and comfort, so I could use a wheel. I have a wheel. Just smacked myself in the back of my chair, by the way. I have a wheel and I could use it and probably should, but just for comfort and ease of use throughout the day, I use an Xbox controller. Because I have a very small desk, and if I set up my wheel to play something on it, I need to take it back down because I also eat here, so it becomes a pain if I'm using the wheel to take it up and or set it up and put it back down and blah 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 blah. Pain. AR worker B is blocked by an object. What are you blocked by, sir? Oh, you're blocked by the pickup. Let's there we go. How does keyboard driving feel? Much the same as 19, Giannis. I did try it briefly yesterday. Nice and tidy farm. Oh, dude, I never keep my farms tidy. I just literally abandon equipment in a vaguely sensible way. Had to talk over BBS. Do you know, I've never used a BBS. Like, I'm 30, so I was kind of going on the internet towards the tail end of that, but I've never used a BBS. I used to use forums quite a lot, back when forums were the big thing, and MSN Messenger. But I never used a BBS. I did use IRC for a bit, though. I'm old enough to have been in a couple of IRC chats. So, let's get this back to the shop. The sound it made? What? Sound what? Oh yeah, dial-up. Do you know what? I never used dial-up. This is the silly thing. Well, I did in the library, but I never had dial-up in the house, so I was quite early into broadband. And then had really bad broadband for way too long. I also have always preferred, and this is a controversial thing considering I stream, I've always preferred doing it over Wi-Fi. Like using Wi-Fi, I've taken a wrong turn and this is the fastest way to get the right way. The ICQ sound. Ah, you also were on ICQ back in the day. Yes. That was the IRC I used. That said, mainly used ICQ to troll. People in the Discord are just like, yeah, that sounds like Dave. Find somewhere to chat, immediately starts trolling. Right. I have a Oh. God. This is gonna be pain, isn't it? Used to be a brat in IRC too. I think everybody has been a brat at some point. Right, let's pick up both of these so I don't need to make 2 trips. I may grab the trailer from the yard and bring it up. You DSL pretty early. We had DSL quite early, not like early, but maybe a year or 2 after it came to the area. We had fiber as soon as he came here as well, so there is that. It's amazing though, .bmp and kind of everybody in chat to an extent. Like, if you think about what constitutes bad internet today, it's like 7, 8, 9 megabits download. Like, you live in a big city in Germany and fiber isn't even an option. That's kind of dumb. Like, if I'm you.bmp, I'm looking into Starlink. I want fast internet and fiber ain't an option, Starlink. But, like, people have gone from dial-up to DSL to fiber, and now, like, gigabits rolling out, and the satellite broadband like Starlink is becoming actually quite good. We have still waiting for fiber. He's got the provider involved and his neighbours. He says it's coming soon. He's still good. He doesn't have fiber. Good grief. I'm amazed he can stream without fiber. You used to use Vent and TeamSpeak at the same time playing EVE online. Everyone over in your left and different hotkeys. Punkhouse, if I'm on Flight Sim sometimes, I'll be on TeamSpeak at the same time and VATSIM. Both going through to this. Both going through to both ears. And I'll occasionally just have to flip on TeamSpeak's push to talk and just be like, hang on a second. Hang on, ATC. But I'm one of these nerds that plays on that uses VATSIM. Although I'll need to do some relearning of stuff soon, I think. And confidence building. The wife finishes. When the wife finishes her residency, you can move up. You want to do VATSIM, but you're not good enough? I have questions about this gate. Like, several questions. It's like, this gate will stop intruders. Now, let us go to the house. One thing I have learned is that you're always going to be good enough for VATSIM. It's just you need to have the confidence for VATSIM. Gate, yes. Maybe this guy's like building his perimeter wall in installments and decided the gate was the most important part. The fun thing is, Comedian, the number of people in a stream doesn't affect the bandwidth that stream uses. It's literally just the upload speed. The gate... Oh! The gate is a legal thing. Once you have a gate in the road, anyone who goes past it is now trespassing. No fence is actually required. Okay, I did not know that. So that joke was true then. So the gate is actually the most important part. Ooh... That... That's pretty. I like this. Actually looks like tedding. Fence is the same thing, but you don't have anything that stops access via a path or a road, and you give someone argue they didn't know they should quit. Yeah. That has a really nice particle system. Sorry, I'm just kind of taking this particle system in for a minute. You'll have to excuse me. I'm indulging myself. Very nice. In the UK, Max, you probably actually can because of right-of-way. Do you have to TED the hay multiple times? I doubt it, 4D. The odds are that's something that'll be modded in time. Dag and Chainsaw, didn't they? No, you don't have to. Am I drying the hay? Yes. You can't hire... Good question. Hire. No, you can. You totally can. I'm not going to, though, because this contract doesn't pay too much to begin with. Can you pick up the hay if you don't try it? If you don't try it, it won't be hay, is the simple answer. Oh! The alerts have started working again. Clarity! Cheers for the follow. I don't know why they've suddenly started working again. Yeah, if you don't TED it, it's grass. TEDing is basically the game's way of saying, hey, this is now hay. Or the game's way of knowing what you want. When I withdraw, can I... yeah, but it will be brief because that's a single row rake. So the hired worker will be very brief on that, Zeno. Hey, Dearnan. I think VF did break the alerts and they've only just now been like, okay, it's calm. We're fine again. I'm gonna blame VF. I'm French, you have a question. The CD Farm Sim 22. There's a key to have it on Steam, for example. I'll be honest, Clarity, I don't know what... I think the key might be for Steam version. It'll definitely be for digital download from Giants. If you can use artwork, it'll be miles better than 19. Yeah, it depends on where you bought it. Oh, is that... I don't know if that's true, Hallrock, actually. If you buy from Giants, the key you get is only for the Giants copy. Or for the Giants direct download. If you buy on Steam, the key is only for Steam. However, if you buy a CD, if you buy a disc copy, there is a key involved. And I think Giants have made it so you can use the digital download. Did I get a rate? Yes, Cheese, from VF. There were 300 odd people in here earlier. So I think I'm doing actually quite well to keep about half on the go. Like, for FS19 it was Giants version. Yeah. Digital download I find is convenient. And with FS22, the digital download actually, the Giants digital download. You'll be watching F1 in a few minutes. I don't blame. If FS22 wasn't coming out literally this tonight, I would probably be watching the Formula 1. Like if it was a normal Sunday and I was doing my normal stuff, I'd probably watch the Formula 1 stream after. I normally stream, by the way, for those of you coming in today for the first time, normally stream 5 PM to 7 PM Irish time. Monday to Sunday to Friday. I take Saturdays off because I need a day that's just for me, especially at the moment, because everything's mayhem. And Saturdays are usually when I try and get like a bit of chill time in and try and get a bit of like background work done. At the moment, I'm trying to get it all done in the morning. Or I have been the last few days, which was fun. Can't believe you have to wait until a Monday to play. Well, Big Kenyon, if you're in the right time zones and you buy it direct from Giants, you can play it tonight. It releases midnight German time tonight. What time is it here right now? 1:55 PM. And 10 seconds, according to my stream deck. Well, slightly more for now. It's Monday for you now. Yeah, if you're on console, it's midnight local time. You can play it. If you buy the Giants Direct version, it's about midnight German time, maybe. Because Giants have a fun little habit of doing this, maybe a bit earlier. There has historically been an early release at a random point during the night. Why do Giants release at midnight? Such a random time. It's just a dumb thing for some reason. Like, midnight release has always been a thing in gaming. I guess it's following the kind of book model to an extent. USB hub's officially dead. My USB extender cable is basically dead. What am I playing on? I am playing on PC using an Xbox One controller. Giants were very kind, very awesome, and this is an early access copy. I've been playing this since Friday, Graham 011. And apart from a couple of hitches in the downloading process, and a fun little bug that got found immediately that affected basically everybody. That wasn't a game bug, it was a new thing they're doing. Actually, I can tell you, it was the auto updater was broken. It was corrupting people's installs. They have since fixed it, but they had to send out a second email just like, please don't use the auto updater for the love of God. If you have used it, reinstall. Your Xbox One Elite controller, you're looking forward to binding all those extra levers to things in game. Do the Xbox One Elite controllers have like extra stuff? Nice. It might be plug and play .bmp, you never quite know. It might be very well plug and play, because wheels apparently are plug and play now, which that is something that I did not expect. How are we doing here for money? We're doing good. I do need to set the hired worker off down at the yard again, because he has finished this job. What other crops can I plant? Because I have the 3 that I intended planted. Yeah, let's plant some soybeans. In field, is that 39? Yeah, field 39. The numbers are quite small. Off you go. head on the desk error, then it it was quite funny. But that was the, like, as far as I'm aware, the biggest snag. Although Killer Croc has apparently had major issues, and it kind of sounds like he hasn't quite figured them out. At least yesterday he hadn't quite figured them out. Looks like it might refund Steam, get from the Giants website. Now that's up to you, B Canyon. 100% up to you. The Steam version I think is ever so slightly cheaper, but if you are getting from the Giants website, share the love and use the partner code of your favorite partner, your favorite Giants partner. So mine is Rainbow Dave. VF's, if you came from VF Stream, is VF Gaming. And they don't give you a discount, but what they do, what the partner codes do, is they actually help out the partner whose code you used. Which is why I'm shilling mine whenever you play mouse and keyboard from consoles. I guess if you've got a mouse and keyboard hooked up to your console, it's possible, Dragon Chick. That's such an odd question that I have no idea what the answer is. That's a question I've never even thought about, but I would presume yes. Also, to answer the can you hire workers to do windrowing question, yes. The AI worker system in this is like there will always be this is kind of more aiming at PC guys what I'm about to say. There's always going to be a place for courseplay. That's just always going to be a thing. Storm Talk, or cheers for the follow. But this does take a lot of the stuff that you would normally use courseplay for, and it does make it doable from the beginning, which is nice. Devil Dude, cheers for the follow as well. I've turned off the windrower. There we go. So like, courseplay is still gonna be a thing for certain stuff. There's gonna be stuff that you will not be able to do with the AI workers. And I'm thinking the likes of, you know, getting the AI to go to a predetermined point and refill their seeder while seeding. Or, you know, clamping silage. I presume you can't use an AI worker for that. That would be awesome if you could, but I doubt it. I hope it's courseplay. I would hope so too. So the modders get to drawing styles in 22 probably while so glad. Oh dude, making hay manually is fun. It's nice and zen. You don't need to think about it all that much. Like I get that it is kind of a repetitive job. Not on keyboard without GPS. Zeno, you have a point there. Actually, you do and you don't, because I used to do it on keyboard without GPS and have perfectly straight lines regardless. And the way I did it was what I like to call the tippy-tappy method. There we go. You know how to work with a grass pickup header and a forager? I would imagine so, Xander. Try doing it IRL. Well, that's fun, especially. I mean, It's zen in Farm Sim. IRL not so much because you have to actually maintain the machinery. And I do know the grass likes tying itself up in the rakes. You know, never worked on a farm, but every video I've seen, there's been grass tied up in the rakes. Does the PS5 run at 60 FPS? I have no idea, Stormleash. I'll answer a question that I know the answers to. That's one of them that I don't. You might be able to ask Mr. Sealy P. He might be able to give you an answer. He does have the game on PS5. Early access on PS5. So if you got any console-specific questions, Mr. Sealy P is probably the person to go over and... I think he streams on YouTube. Probably the best person to ask them to. I can only really answer PC stuff. Making AI... Oh god, no. That would... Name a worse pairing. Doing something that will release a lot of pollen because you're agitating dry crop. And hay fever. You consoled 2 for years. Getting a keyboard for over 30 years now, I guess. It does become kind of natural-ish. Like, I could still play the game on keyboard. I'd need to set up the... like, the steering exactly right, the way that I like it, but I could probably do it. Is it worth getting the new FS22, and what's new in it? I think it's worth it. Basically, guess who, my bra? Rito4433, cheers for the follow, by the way. What's new in FS22? Well, you've got production system. You've got production chains that all link in together and work with seasons, which is also new. You have seasonal pricing. Let me... that's the wrong button. When you go down here, you can see with the bread here, you got seasonal fluctuations in pricing. So you get your best price for bread somewhere in January. Although possibly in February with those error bars. So it's worth storing your crops and your produce stuff up. Maybe even having a warehouse. What else is new? Well, seasons, obviously. Breeds of animals. Like, you can now do cows that... I can only speak of cows. I haven't checked out pigs or sheep or chickens, but you can have cows that are better for producing milk. And cows that are better for breeding. How many gigs is FS22? The download that I had was 12.6 gigs. It may be bigger. It may be smaller. Canadian Tricks, you've been following for over a year? Well, thank you, my dude. A good get... yeah. Comedian, I used to play StarCraft. I am one of these people who has to have a mouse that does exactly what they want it to. And a keyboard that is comfortable. I used to play StarCraft 2. There's a reason. Download you just had, not early access, was 13.2 gigs. Yeah, like... some of the information that I have about the game is wrong. I know that it's wrong. The problem is I don't know what information is wrong. Like... I know that some of the information that I'm giving out is bad. What is this song? I don't know. You only like the first StarCraft? I thought StarCraft 2 was a better game. Where's VLC gone? This is called In the Sun. What are you farming at the moment? This is hay. I'm doing a contract to produce hay. It was strange. Yeah. This is a playlist that I literally made this morning. I got this playlist set up like maybe an hour before I went live. I didn't have time to vet the music at all. I was kind of rushing to get it done. Now, oh god, now Nave C. I've butchered your name, and I'm sure of that. I apologize. Where am I from around? Tipperary. Sub-age won't work. I don't think that is actually a thing. But, yeah, this is the third set of new music that I've had in a week. Or the third kind of musical setup I've had for the stream in like well, maybe 2 weeks. Because the previous one I was using Twitch soundtrack, which for some reason ate the game sound. And I have no idea why I did it, but it did. Tiger Shark 74, cheers for the follow. And GJ as well. I very much do appreciate all the follows, by the way, guys. I'm not one of these streamers that is gonna like push subs or treat subs any differently. The guys that have been sub for a while will tell you that. Subs are just a way to show your appreciation a bit more by giving me money. How long does it take H dry? Is it like seasons? You did it once, GJ. It's farm sim style. It's not the way seasons had it in FS19. Now, I would imagine, this is just a guess, based on some knowledge, but no information that was given to me. This is just based on knowing a little bit about the guys that made seasons previously. I would imagine there will be a Seasons extension mod that brings in the Seasons features that are missing from the old modded version and expands what is in-game for Seasons. Now, I haven't been told that. I'm literally just guessing. 10 AM, you have to wait till 10 AM or 3 PM or 9 PM for its release. Tyrone, what platform are you on that you've got such weird times for release? I suspect we'll get a Seasons Plus. That would also be your guess, Punkofflufum. That's my guess. If you're looking for odds of that happening, 90%. I'm 90% sure that'll happen. You're on PC. Yeah, actually PC. It'll be... It's what? 10 past 2 now, so say 2 o'clock just for ease of calculating it. Game releases it. So you're about 9 hours out from release on Giant Store. And... ...6 and 12... 18 hours out from Steam release. Alright, Ted, hey, 7 times for you, Bill. Yeah, Farm Sim kind of... I like to call Farm Sim a Simcade game, which I know in some circles is an insult, but I think it's kind of a compliment. It's the delicate balance with Farm Sim of balancing realism with having a fun gaming experience. Because for me at least, I don't want a super hyper-realistic farming simulator. I want a game that you can get kind of the feel of farming while not having to spend 7 hours in the field. God damn, it's so long to wait. Yeah. I'm just giving you guys, you know, the times that you should be expecting here. .bmp, fun little story. 3 years ago, 3 years and a couple of days ago, I was sat in an office in Germany, in Erlangen. I was talking to the CEO of Giants about Farm Sim, and I said to them that probably my favorite thing about the game is the balance that they're trying to strike and how close they are to pretty much perfect. Because, like, I always kind of understood Farm Sim was Simcade, and I think it's the best way for Farm Sim to be, because it's accessible. You don't need to learn the ins and outs of agriculture. But if you want to get people into agriculture, having an accessible inn is definitely the way to do it. It's like Kerbal Space Program and like aeronautical engineering. There are a lot of people in the space industry who got into space and space flight and stuff like that through Kerbal Space Program because it's simplified and more accessible. You give it a bit of time, there's going to be a lot of people who get into farming because of Farm Sim. Aeronautical engineering is more fun in KSP. Arguably, yeah. That's it, comedians. Like, you want PR, you want Flight Sim is like that too. Flight Sim. I play Flight Sim on realistic settings. The only thing I turn off in Flight Sim is crashes, because sometimes I do dumb landings or dumb things with planes. I once in Flight Sim, I didn't stream this. I did this completely off stream just for my own entertainment. In X-Plane, I took a 737, the Zebo mod 737 in X-Plane, into a hurricane. And after many icing issues and many stalls and no crashes, but many stalls and problems, I landed at a ground speed of 34 knots. The only reason I remember that is because I'm always entertained by the fact that I managed to land a 737 at 40 miles an hour, or 60 kilometers an hour. Setup was working fine. Tyrone, you might need to go to Specsavers or whatever the local. That's a joke that doesn't work for like non-Irish or UK people. I just realised. You might want to get your eyes checked. I might want to throw on my glasses because I've noticed that I'm squinting a lot. People are changing the time on console. Things won't work because it's going to be Midnight Giants time. That's not the information Giants put out. See you, BMP. You're running an economy mod? Which one, Punkal Fluffin? I run, I've done it again. I've taken this wrong turn again. I get the feeling this is going to be a thing. I run Air Hauler, which is from Just Flight, and I love it. I need to get my AI Armada out on Air Hauler again, actually. I've not touched it in days. Oh, it was on air. Yeah. I don't like on air. I don't like the subscription model they have. I'd much prefer a single hit purchase. You did Air Hauler, but you have millions. Yeah, I ended up with Air Hauler having millions and then relocating my entire company from Europe to Texas. just out of boredom, just decided one day, I'm going to relocate to Texas. Right into a tornado. Yeah! Not a tornado, comedians. A hurricane. It's one of my favorite hobbies in Flight Sim off stream is find interesting weather and fly through it. Because it tests how well you can fly. Benji with the hydrate. That's probably a good idea. You can set automatic drop. Wait, what? Turn on automatic drop. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. Thank you for that, Max. Are there any auto stackers in the game? Yes. This contract hasn't given me any, which is nice of it. What's on? What's? Oh, this baler is on sale at the moment. As is the Mac Pinnacle. That's a really nice price for the Mac, but I would. Oops, I meant to show off the bale stackers. Bale loaders. So you got the RBM 2000 for round bales. The game has given me the Schmetterling though. This is the Multipack D14 is for the conventional bales from the little Massey, and then you've got the 4-stack and Arcusin FSX for the big bales. What will the guys that always try and bring out the automatic bale drop mod do now? Because like every farm sim game, one of the first mods is auto unload round bales. Those guys are out of a modding job now. Giants have stolen their thing. Apparently the stackers will only stack a single size. I would imagine they need to have not necessarily a single size, but they need to have the same size put into them. Where like if you put in a 180 centimeter bale as the first bale, every other bale you put into the auto stacker for that load has to be 180 centimeters. If you go 240 for the first bale, every one after that has to be 240. You can't kind of mix and match because it would look derpy most likely. Yeah, that's what you meant, yeah. Better automatic bale dropper shoots bales directly into the shed. That would not surprise me, Mex, I'll be honest. If somebody did that automatic store round bales. Says moving forward time. Yeah. Your bales here decide to catch on fire in the field. Ooh. That's, yeah, that's not cash money. That probably cost quite a lot of cash money, in fact. Right, let's let go. Wonder if they've changed the amount of, they have. These round bales are no longer 4,000 litres. Very definitely not. So there's 4,000 litres. Looks like they're 4,500? Yeah, 4,500 litres for a round bale. Or for this round bale, which is probably a 120, I'd imagine. Might be a 125. Bale L value is now different. The load value of bales is now different depending on what you're baling? Is that what you're saying? Or the volume? So it might be 5,000. Yeah, this is 125 only. So it might be 5,000 for straw, but less for hay. That's I wonder if that's why. This is a 235 kilo bale. One of the YouTubers showed it. Yeah, I didn't know that, Game Burrow. Thank you for the info. That's... Because one of the changes I have noticed Giants have made is relatively subtle, but they do give you now the mass of things. Because you need to worry about like how much mass a trailer can hold. They've also changed how cut grass looks, because like that is much shorter than cut grass used to be. It's also much greener. That looks... It doesn't look like the field is anemic. And it also looks like it is straight up a different kind of grass than is growing around the field. I'm kind of looking forward to going over there where there's a bit of a hill. Because I want to see how round bales deal with the hills. Like, that's my big thing with round bales is how well they handle rolling. Now, because they're always going to roll if you kind of are on a very steep incline. If that's a slight incline, is that just going to start rolling off now? Yeah, but not overly far. This, by the way, is a bit of contract work because I wanted to look at brown bales, effectively. What's the deal with weight? Can you break a trailer? No. At least I don't think you can. There is a setting in here somewhere. And I can't remember which settings menu it's in. Might be here. Trailer fill limit. I'm going to do that. Trailer's going to be filled until the maximum allowable weight is reached. So if you've got like some really dense stuff like stones, you might not be able to actually fill the trailer liters wise, but you'll have it filled by weight. You'll mass out of the trailer before. And the reason I'm saying stones seem to be the most incredibly dense thing in the game. So like the trailer might reach its mass limit, its weight limit, before you actually have it full by what it claims in liters. It creates reasonable fill levels. You can't have, you know, a small trailer with, unless you've modded it, base game, you can't have like a small trailer with you know, 15 tons of stone in it if it's a 2-ton trailer, effectively. Which I'm on board with that change. It's a neat little thing. I think you've seen the option to overfill also, at least with crops. One of these aluminium copper heart. Trash Bandicoot. Dude, could you imagine? I'm just putting this out there. Could you imagine filling this thing with stone? Just 211,000 liters of stone. That trailer's nuts. That's what I aspire to now. I aspire to have that trailer on a map and to fit it at some point. Is this That's vanilla. That's a base game trailer. Trash Bandicoot. They've got the big boys in now. Good luck driving that in a UK map. Challenge accepted. The Mac Titan would pull it. Tyrone, do you reckon this will be able to pull it? Because I kind of want to see this trying to pull that trailer, but when it's full. You've never seen anything like that? That's an Australian trailer. If you think American farms are big, Australia dwarfs it. Like, the real mega farms are in Australia and, like, China. Tractor engine just catches on fire. It doesn't even try, it just explodes. Just sees the trailer and explodes immediately. Just like, nah. Nah, I ain't even gonna pretend like I'm gonna try that. Aussie sugarcane confirmed. As far as I'm aware, just a big Australian farm in general is hilariously huge compared to, like, definitely what I would count as a big farm. Living in Ireland, you know, a big farm here is a couple 100 hectares at most. In Australia, it's many thousands, and I've heard of a couple that are millions. Your road has 3 properties that are stupidly big. Yeah, Australia kind of... There's always the meme that America does things big, Australia does things bigger. There are sheep farms in Australia where they don't have a sheepdog because they need a helicopter instead. Like, there are sheep farms in Australia where they herd the sheep with a helicopter. Because... just... $10 to 16 million hectares or... You've seen that on YouTube, it's real... Yeah. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. And, like, there's... I'm sure there's 1 or 2 farms in Australia where they probably have like a Cessna or something just to get to the other side in a reasonable time frame. I feel like round bales are more behaved than they used to be. 3-day drive is not odd, yeah. They look like they're behaving better, don't they? Like, there were 1 or 2 that did a bit of a roll, but they didn't really... They didn't really go too far. Can I unload this as is? No. No. Okay. Zillusions, yeah. Do you know what? Let's do a test. Let's actually test this, because I have not used round bales all that much since FS15. I've tested them in 17 and 19 and found that I didn't like them. Look at that. To be fair, that's mostly on the flat, but... Okay, now I've got it kind of going down a hill. It is bringing itself to a stop. They do have inertia. Like it's a few European countries down the road, yeah. I don't think it's a script, Chameleon. I think what it is that they've given the bales inertia. They're stopping themselves just by being heavy. Try a steep hill. I will. I'll try and roll it down this road here. This is reasonably steep, or down that hill there. Because like I'm bringing them to the giant square with the exclamation mark. That's where I'm selling them. Have bales physics changed? Preliminary investigations say yes. I could roll them down this hill here. Or I'll roll them down that hill on the left. Like, they're gonna roll down that hill, but it'll be how quickly they stop afterwards. By the way, I should mention, I'm just going to turn off the webcam for a second so you can see this better. There are 3 different map modes available now. You've got the, basically heading up. So the direction you're driving is facing upwards. You've got north, up, and then you've got full map. So you got this is the direction you're actually going map. Here's, you know, the direct overview, north facing up, old style map, and the full map. Lots of elevation changes. Can you turn any of them off in settings? I don't think so, Punko Fluffin. If you could, I wouldn't want to, because I'm kind of weird. I like getting my bearings with this mode and then swapping to this mode, or full, to get an idea of where my next turn is going to be. This, by the way, is Haut Baileron, or Baileron. The French map. The reason I'm playing this is literally I was asked to play it yesterday and I want to kind of get a decent bit of progress in, so I figured I'd continue in today and get some crops in. Starting tomorrow I'll actually have a real save going that I'm serious about on Elm Creek in single player, and I'll set up a server in the next few days on Obeideron. Type with the Canadian accent too. Here we go. This thing's speedy in reverse, by the way. This is like 20 k's in reverse is not slow. Moggy1066, cheers for the follow. By the way, for any confused Americans, I live in Ireland and I'm one of these people who much prefers using KPH. I play a lot of racing games. KPH lets me know with much greater accuracy what speed I'm doing. Chug chug chug. Farming boy with... What is that? 6 hydrates? Farming boy always does this. He has so many channel points that he doesn't care about them anymore. That's kind of the hope, Zeno. I want to see if I can get this thing to bottom out a bit. Metric Master Race. I mean, Punk. I have a science education. I think in metric. That said, I also like flight sims, so I think in nautical terms too. Like for altitudes, I have no idea how far a kilometer up is. I know exactly how much 3,000 feet up is. You wouldn't want a system based around water. You know why you know why planes use those measurements, don't you, Punk? Like, you know why aircraft to this day use feet and knots as opposed to meters and kilometers an hour? Well, feet is more accurate, but because that's the way it was always done. Not necessarily. That's not the reason, though. The reason is because the first planes were flying boats, and when Pan Am started really doing international flights and their big long transatlantic stuff and whatnot, they just stole everything from boats. That's the reason that airline pilots have the fancy uniforms. That's a captain's uniform from a boat. Literally the same thing. That's why this captain and first officer are stolen from a boat. Tyrone, it's not calling you that, it's telling you to retard the throttles. It's... For some reason they use that word because I guess proper English... Oh, hello. That sorted itself out fairly sharpish. These are sorting themselves. No, close them. Basically, in car terms, lift off the throttle because you're about to land. Like when you're landing, jets produce a lot of thrust, and in the retard calls only in Airbuses. It's literally just a reminder that you need to close the throttle because otherwise the plane will actually produce a bit too much lift, and you have problems getting it stopped on the runway. I'm gonna be honest. I don't need to do the hill test. I don't need to do the hill test. What just happened there told me all I need to know about round bales. Yeah, jet aircraft, they're built in such a way and designed in such a way that when the engines are engaged, they always want to fly. Especially with like flaps out. I think we're good. Because in FS19 and before, that would have been 10 minutes of me arguing with bales. It would not have been me driving up to the bales, immediately just hooking them and going. The bales have inertia. Bale physics are different. Because like when I saw them settling into the forks there, that told me everything I needed to know. How have they done that without changing the physics engine? Is this something they could always have done? They have changed the physics engine. Well, not the physics engine, but what they're plugging into it, I would imagine. Like, they'd have changed the physics simulation. The physics in 22 are very different to 19. But I've missed the turnoff I meant to take. What happens if I do the... That would have been drama before. A37 Dragonfly. It's a Cessna. It has grids to go over the jet engines for landing, so you don't throttle into go around. My favorite engine, Punk, is the Douglas DC-3. Either that or, you know, the everybody's answer who likes fast things, the SR-71 Blackbird. A plane that was designed so insanely that it leaked on the ground. Distinctly possible that they've added friction in. Because they've been doing that with tires since 17. They've been doing a rudimentary friction calculations with tires. It bleeds though. But yeah, that is a fun little fact about the SR-71. Because it was designed to go Mach more than what is ever advertised for it. It was the SR-71 could go a lot faster than the US will ever admit it could go. But that... There was no drama involved in that run at all. I don't think the 71 became translucent, Senna. I think it actually... When they got it up to proper top speed, which is much higher than the... Was it Mach 3.2 or 4.2 that the US keeps claiming and will always ever claim? Once you get up towards the hypersonic regime, which is Mach 5 plus... you start experiencing re-entry heat. In 20 years they'll still be saying, yeah, they're never going to admit how fast the SR-71 could go. 3.2, it could hit Mach 5, minimum. I guarantee you the SR-71 could go hypersonic. It could outrun missiles. You can't outrun missiles at Mach 3.2. Sure they'll need to declassify at some point? No. Why would they need to declassify it? Yeah, the SR-71 was designed to go stupid fast. And stupid high. At those speeds that it could go, which I think are Mach 5 plus. It got so hot that the aircraft expanded. So they had to design it in such a way that it was... everything was loose on the ground and it leaked fuel. Because if it was tight on the ground, it would basically crumple and destroy itself in the air at speed. Thought there was some sort of internet... No. Military stuff just remains classified forever. Unless there is like a law created saying, hey, this specific thing gets declassified. Yeah, no, the true specifications of the SR-71 will never be public knowledge. Am I going to be streaming tomorrow? Yes, I'll be streaming basically 2 hours from now tomorrow, I'll be going live at about 5ish is kind of the plan. I'll be returning to my normal schedule. The super long streams are kind of a special thing for pre-release. I might extend the normal schedule a small bit, start at 4 if I can, but I during the week I will need to be around a touch less, because Flash is a bit of a handful and I do need to help out during the day. Well, yeah, there's a review after 50 years in the US, but it doesn't need to be released. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Round bales handle differently. They have been improved. They have been, some, including myself, would say fixed. There's a huge difference. Erlengrat will be a test of the bales. Yeah, Erlengrat will be a test of the bales. But at least from what I'm seeing here on Oberon, the bales are much different and much improved. Because it's easy to say, like, no, farming boy, but that should maybe be a warning that I put into the into the timer. But yeah, if you join the Discord, I kind of keep the rules a bit lax so that people can have fun. So spam pings can and do happen. So also never message Pedro on Discord. Like, he's a friend of mine, but he hates people, and he does ban if people send him messages out of the blue. You can just, yeah, that adding the say hi thing is the worst thing Discord ever did, because my server has jumped on it and has used it as an excuse to just fill chat for 10 minutes. I would apologize, but I kind of encourage people to troll in fun ways. So, I mean, I'd apologize, but I'm really not sorry. If anything, I'm kind of proud of the way the Discord members have jumped on that opportunity. Is that hot air balloon in the colours of the German... Have giants snuck a German flag into the French map? I apologise being Canadian. No, everybody gets that treatment. No. Are you sure? Oh no, there's a bit of green too. I see the green now. Yeah, now the green is very close to the same shade as like the black or the brown. Oh, I forgot you could tweak these things a bit more. Ah, I forgot these bale forks worked like front loaders. Oh, am I gonna have to come back for a single... I'm gonna have to come back for a single individual bale, because I want all of the money I can get from this contract. There is just zero drama happening here. Oh! That bale's done a... Okay, minor drama as one of the bales has flipped. But, like, compared to how things used to be, that's... really not a big deal. Check general chat and Discord. I'll check in a minute. I kind of want to get these bales loaded up and gone. Definitely gonna be watching while playing FS22 tomorrow. Spread the love around. Watch. I've been saying this. You know, watch as many streamers as you want, or maybe as you can. Ooh. Don't do that. Nope. That's the button I wanted. Hey, JWB. This is, yeah. Sorry, I'm still kind of shocked at how well this bale work is going. Like, I'm not used to it. I'm so used to round bales just causing headaches and making me angry. Will the hay barrels run down? The hay bales, they will a bit. They'll always roll a bit. They're round. They're always going to. I think they've put in, like, inertia for them, though. December isn't yet. Not until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning Irish time. Or 8 o'clock Irish morning... Or 8 o'clock Irish morning. Yes, that's a time. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning GMT. Do they have inertia? They seem to, Mogo. They seem to want to not roll. USA East Coast. That is 3 a.m. US East Coast is 3 a.m. it's releasing. Your turn after 3 days. Watching those streams you watched in 3 days straight. Yeah, I can imagine that. 3 a.m. on Steam. If you make your own road or if you destroy a road, the AI recognize it. So, Ryan, what the AI do? A part of this is me guessing, and part of this is figuring it out based on what I've seen. What the AI seem to do is when they're on these roads where there's traffic, they use the traffic splines, which are just basically invisible threads put into the map that the traffic follows. When they're off a road, they seem to use some sort of algorithmic pathfinding, some sort of AI pathfinding, to find the most efficient way to somewhere. But I'm not 100% sure, like, how they pathfind. But they do pathfind, and I'm sure if you made a road that is logical, they might follow it. Traffic looks more varied. The different maps have different traffic, Scrubby. That's kind of the cool thing. If I was on the American map, you wouldn't see the two CVs or the Citroens. So, you'd get kind of more American vehicles, more pickups, for example. So I'm hoping map makers will be allowed to, like, put in their own custom traffic. If you make your own farm, you should have a way to make AI roads. Using the placeable system, I would argue that might be something the Giants look at in the future. You took the day off. Yeah, I'm looking forward to... This is going to sound kind of bad, but I'm looking forward to Saturday because that's my day off. It's my day off from streaming, and I've been going hard. Like, I've done effectively nearly 2 weeks worth of normal streams in 2 days. And this is going to be another long stream, so I'll probably have by the end of today's stream done nearly 3 normal weeks worth of stream. In 3 days. Life's already on. I mean, it's illusionist. Like, I get. Okay, so it's a faff if you're bad at lining up, which is what's happening here. That's kind of excuse. This is my own bad driving causing this problem. But if you get vaguely correct, it'll lock in nicely. USA Central Time. It's 2 AM. You're 2 hours behind or ahead of LA. It basically, for those of you in the US, the Steam release is midnight Pacific. Which is why it's 8 AM GMT and kind of bizarre sounding hours elsewhere. It's midnight Pacific it releases. On Steam. The Giants release is midnight German time. So the Giants Direct download is in... it's what, 3 o'clock now... 8 hours? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 8 hours. The Giants Direct downloads. In the Giants eShop. Maybe a skosh less. If history is anything to go by, here's the thing. If history is anything to go by, the Giants eShop downloads actually drop slightly before midnight German time. Now the actual time that they drop is effectively random. But Giants have historically hit the button a bit early. However, only one person knows what time it is. One person controls the button and it's pre-programmed. So that person knows what time it's releasing off the Giants eShop. They're the only person who knows. Klaus? It's actually Lars. It was... Was it Lars for 19? I think it was Lars for 19. Yeah, it was. Because he told me the release time. Actually, Giants know what time it releases. I've just remembered now. Giants know what time it releases. They will never ever say the true release time. They'll just say midnight German time, but actually drop it a bit before. So if you're on the ball tonight and you've got a Giants Direct download, you might get lucky. And you know, Discord's gonna light up. Discord's gonna light up when it's actually released. Streams that are live will light up. Lars is too high ranking. Lars ain't too high ranking. I enjoy the fact that Giants now have 3 community managers. Like, I've not met Chris or Kermit, but I've met Lars, and he is a fantastic guy. Very, very nice. They don't want the servers to crash early. They also turn all the servers on .bmp. They get extra servers for launch. I can't remember how much server power they had for FS19, but I was told it, and I just can't remember the number I was told. Do you know, I was kind of... I was a bit cautious about saying I liked the new icons on the map for vehicles and whatnot. I really have come around to liking them because it gives you a much better idea of which way things are actually pointing. I literally drove down here so I could just get out of the yard, by the way. There was no reason for me to drive to the yard. Let's collect our 5 grand from that. There we go. Now we have some fertilizing to do. Hey, Grey Dog, was the hype worth it? For me, yes. If anything, it's and like I'm kind of like Landy. I'll give my honest opinion. Sometimes I'll phrase them in kind of cautious ways to not offend people. But that's just me being overly cautious. Giants don't do rank. Yeah, they work together. They're a team. What's the point of having ranks? They're a team. Although Lars did joke that when they were looking for the new community manager, when they were hiring Chris, that he wanted a minion. that was his little running joke, was he wanted his minion. I'm gonna turn up the game volume if I can, by the way, because I'm finding it a tad quiet. That's the wrong menu for that. Oh, I can't. Let me just... Moggy1066, cheers for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Can I turn up the game in the... Oh, that's maxed? Okay. FS22 is apparently a lot quieter than FS19 was. There we go. You're expecting to see tutorials inside the game, not on the website. Something like this? Something like this help menu? Also, Farming Boy wanted me to check out the general room on Discord, so just hang on a second. Sorry to anybody joining the Discord, the spam is real. It's the server's way of welcoming people. There's a pharmacy mechanic. Yeah, that's an interesting new idea. I like it though. It'll make things a lot easier for newer players. Who maybe don't want to go and look for 73,000 different YouTube videos on how to plant a field correctly. No offense to YouTubers, but I mean, I used to do that. I used to be one of these YouTubers who made tutorials on stuff. So, is my webcam lagging, by the way? Because I'm seeing like frame rate hitching with the webcam, and I think my graphics card is a bit angry. Yes. Let me try something here. No, it is lagging. I'm seeing frame rate hitching. Let me try something, because I wanted to test another setting anyway. I need advanced graphics setting. Let's go for DLSS balanced. That did save, didn't it? Yeah. Now there's a bit of frame hitching in the webcam that I was noticing. And I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I was seeing that and not happy. Where is the Parallax Occlusion setting? There is no setting for it. It's just on all the time, Grey Dog. Parallax Occlusion mapping is what makes these stones look like stones. And that's a nasty bit of little texture jank there. But it's what makes the stones look like stones. It's what makes the wood look wooden. Makes the walls look like there's incredible levels of detail on them. It's meant to be graphics hungry. It shouldn't be. Parallax occlusion mapping is just adding an extra little texture on top. The Giants optimized some features for NVIDIA cards. DLSS is RTX. Just FYI. What I did there was I have RTX on in Farm Sim. And I just turned my RTX on slightly down. Yeah. Use a GTX NVIDIA, will it make it different? With a GTX card, you won't have DLSS available. DLSS, Deep Learning Super Sampling, is only available on RTX cards. It is an RTX feature. It's using the RTX cores to effectively... Yeah, Parallax Occlusion is used because it's basically the same as normal mapping. Queen Kitty Monster, cheers for follow, by the way. Parallax Occlusion mapping is basically the same as normal mapping. It's just got more detail on it. It's a more modern solution to the same problem that normal mapping solves. For those of you that maybe don't know, there's a reason I'm able to answer these weirdly technical questions. I'm one of these people that, like, you know, when all the first sets of information about FS22 were coming out and Giants were talking about all these nitty-gritty little technical things, and there were a lot of people that were like, oh my god, this is so boring. I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. More technical talk, please. I want the nitty-gritty nonsense. I want the stuff that is under the hood. The under the hood is what makes Farm Sim run. I want to know what's under the hood. It's like, you know, all the stuff that you see, that's great, but I'm the kind of person that likes opening up the hood of the game and being like, ah, yes. Yes. There's things there. I've always been into the nitty-gritty details of Farm Sim, because you can learn so much from how the systems in the game run. Notice in the menu, like FS19, Giants mentioned NVIDIA in the menu text. You're just in for the DLSS. DLSS is an NVIDIA-only option that runs off the RTX cores on an RTX card. What it does... Apparently there's no olive oil factory in the French map. Oh, olive oil factory. That is produced by selling olives, effectively. Olives. Okay. So, let's see. Olive sells Marisson. Canola. Marisson. Sunflowers. They also sell Marisson. Marisson, I think, might be... Where is it? No, that's Le Jardin de Fermier. Marisson, I think, might be the oil factory, because all three oil producers seem to be sold there. No, you're right. There is no olive oil factory. Or at least there doesn't seem to be. How do you add new factories? Can you build them from the structures menu? Yes. That's literally what you do. They are placeable if you so wish. So, like, I I saw you asked, somebody asked, it might have been you, Scrubby, I don't remember who asked things, but I try and remember the questions, not necessarily the person who asks them. If I've made a start in production. Yes, I own, on this map currently, the grain elevator and the bakery, so I have made some bread and sold some bread today. Bread is good. Dude, I don't mind people doing that. Like, if you're talking about somebody else who's noticed something, say their name, just don't, like, I understand why some people get annoyed about that, because it is advertising, but, like, I want to spread the love. Farmer Klein's a cool guy. I've spoken to him on many occasions. Please give you a key for FS22. I don't have keys to give away. If I were to have keys to give away, I'd be doing a giveaway. Landini's adorable. Yeah. I'll be honest, Mex. Between, like, you've got the Landini and the little Fent as kind of the orchard-specific tractors. I prefer the Fent. What was the profit versus effort for the bread like? So, that's a really good question. The effort involved to make bread. Let's run through this real quick. So, to make bread, you have to own the grain elevator to make flour. And you have to own the bakery to make the bread. So, the bakery is 50,000 to buy. The grain elevator is 70,000 to buy. So you got 130,000 you need to put in to be able to make bread. So there's a cost involved. It's not just magic, happy fun times. You got to wait a little bit then. It's not just instant production for the flour or instant production for the bread. In terms of the effort you need to put in, the flour comes out at, like, obviously you input your wheat or sorghum or oats or barley into the grain elevator. Over time, it will produce flour at a certain rate, and as you can see, the different flours that it can produce, it all comes out as just standard flour. But different crops will produce different amounts of flour. Barley is the worst to be putting in for flour. Oats is the best. At least, that might be randomly generated. At least for me, oats are the best. And then for bread, you literally just need to bring the flour that spawns on pallets. Get yourself a trailer and a pallet fork. Bring the flour over to the bakery. Effectively sell the flour to the bakery. You don't get any money for it. But you put the flour in as if you're selling it. And then again, over time, you'll get half the amount of bread. And then it sells for a really nice price. So there's very little effort involved. Go make a cake. I can't because I don't have... like, to make a cake, there's a lot involved in making a cake. So you need 8 flour, 8 sugar, 8 milk, 8 eggs, 8 chocolate. That is chocolate. No, that's butter. And 8 strawberries. At the moment, I'm only able to produce flour. Now, flour goes into bread quite nicely. I would presume that you can make flour, or make cake and bread simultaneously, if you got all the other stuff. Remember Real Bucket fills and you push stuff? It's base game now. Yes, I did know that. I found that out on Friday, in fact. It's good info. I don't know if it's randomly generated Camelons, but that's, like, again, and stuff might change in the release version. This is a pre-release version, subject to change. I need to unmark the sell point that I've marked. Can I, like... I need to untag that, please. But again, importantly, I sold the bread. This is actually important, I've just realized. Where's bread in this list? Yeah. No, this. I sold the bread in like April, so I didn't get a very good price for the bread. You can, if you wish, store it until January, February time and get the best price possible. January's probably the safest bet to get the best price you can, which kind of encourages you to have a warehouse of some description. I don't know if you could store bread in these silos. It's possible. I did see that, Chris, yeah. Practical, yeah, you could, totally could. We could keep the saves if we wish. I'm going to be restarting because I actually want to have my main save on Elm Creek. And I want to change the starting... I want to move away from the starting equipment to begin with. I will eventually kind of work my way towards that, but I want to start with even smaller equipment than you start with. So let me just run a quick check of the fields here, because I think... Yeah, all the fields are basically good to go. So let's get time going forward. There are much more time options now, by the way. If you're a bit more of a veteran, there's a 0.5 speed. You got your 1, 2, 3, and then 5. So 3 is a new speed. I think 2 is as well. That 6 is new, 10 is new, 15 is old, 30, 60, and 120 as it's always been. Thanks for coming. Yeah, some people will keep their existing saves. People like Daggerwin who already have Let's Plays going, you'll probably find it's going to be a lot of the YouTubers who are running Let's Plays. Hired workers would be twice as expensive as 0.5 technically. You don't need the fine-tuned time mod anymore. Yeah. I wish there was a speed faster than 120. I wish you could go to like 240 or 500. That's just because of the way that I like playing. I like kind of doing everything in real time and then zipping time. That's well time zipping. Let's there is sleep time. Yeah, but you can only do that at night, Grey Dog. That's kind of the thing. Let's do a bit of neatening up of the grass area here. You can't do an old cheese that you used to be able to do in Farm Sim games. You might notice this grass isn't dropping any grass windrow. It is a different type of grass than what goes into the fields and whatnot. So this is just kind of visual only grass, effectively. So you can be that guy who has a perfectly mowed lawn on your map, if you so wish. And this is just something that I'm going to do to pass the time. And neaten the farm up a bit. Using the murder mower with the murder wheels. No more free giant's grass. There is around the fields, Queen Kitty Monster. That grass over there by the fields is free grass. But like this grass here specifically is effectively for display purposes only. Like, I'm not the only person who likes keeping the grass around their yard mowed, am I? Because, like, I know that it's not the most exciting thing to do, but it's a good way to pass time when you're kind of, you know, I've got nothing to do at the moment. I'm waiting for crops to grow a bit and time to pass. So, the best thing I can do is just kind of, wander around with the mower and just get this done. Hey, 2021 Ford F-150 5-liter. That mower looks like something out of Mad Max. Yes, this is why I'm using it in this config. You can have it in a config that doesn't look as insane, but that's not fun. Walk Behind Mowers. This is from the Alpine DLC in FS19 Demofly. This isn't new. 2021 Ford F-150. Cheers for the follow. But this, I guess, like, Walk Behind Mowers, a base game in 2020 in FS22. Yeah. Just this one. There is just this one mower. It's actually starting equipment on the Swiss map Erlengrad. You need to change your name on Twitch. I mean, that's your call. But it is a bit of a mouthful to try and say. Oh, also, base game now are these placeables. These are floodlights. And they do something cool. They should do something cool in the next minute or so. Because, like, oh, that's a really cool visual, having floodlights around your yard. You know, it just looks nice. I know that I've just kind of placed these haphazardly. But, they do work. And these are the small ones. Decoration, I believe is the, yeah, lights. So I've placed these floodlights, the small ones. If you want, you can put a stadium floodlight in effectively. Or if you want to just do a bit of you know, prettifying of the house area, you can totally just put a couple of path lights down the path, like this. Just make it look all nice and neat and pretty. And then put maybe a you know, street light out the front if you want, or if you're particularly evil, put a large floodlight, but put a large floodlight facing the house. In terms of like other things you can build, because I accidentally went out of this, you can build. It's actually, I've done it again. You can build in production solar panels and wind turbines. And I actually have over... You can also build, as well as that, you can get a weather station that improves the weather forecast. Improves the reliability of your forecasted weather. You can get a solar panel that produces a certain amount of money per hour. No more working in a pitch dark yard, yeah. I was thinking when I saw them, like, the BGA area, whenever I get BGAs, I'm getting the big stadium floodlights and making sure that they're well lit, because I tend to end up working them at night. Or, you know, doing stuff like that at night, and it's going to be so nice to just have a floodlit area. They're automatic. They switch themselves on and off. You can see that I've made $160 from the single solar panel I have. The more you get, the more you'll make. So you could, in theory, run a map that is like animals, a couple of fields to tend the animals, and then just giant solar farms. If you really wanted to go that way. You can picture gamers with a map full of solar panels. Yeah, like that's totally a thing you could do. If you were so inclined, you could just fill the map with solar panels. Furryman 2, cheers for the follow. That'll be you, Demofly? Hey, I ain't gonna judge. Oh, the grass I'm mowing has grown. The growth steps, if you're wondering, because you may be. Obviously, the growth has to step at some point. And with seasons, you're choosing a certain number of days. The growth steps are at midnight. This tractor is called Free-ish, by the way. My estimate was seasons like pretty much what I expected base game seasons to be, Grey Dog. Like, when Giants put something into the game that has been modded in before, generally speaking, it can go one of two ways. If it's a relatively basic mod, they sometimes expand on the idea, like Tip Anywhere. You used to have to place down a pile and, you know, tip into that specific pile, but Giants made it so you tip literally anywhere you want. With Seasons was a much more complicated mod, so they've actually taken out some features and simplified it slightly to be a bit more accessible to newer players. And you can turn Seasons off if you so wish. You don't have to play with Seasons. If you're not using Seasons, can you still follow the calendar? Yes. You do still follow the calendar. So Seasons, the way that it works is it's seasonal growth. So the calendar is always going to run through. But what you can do, I'll show you, is it's currently... Hang on. Let's just go here. It's currently May. I'm facing in that direction for a reason. It's currently May, right? But let's say I want it to be February. It's suddenly nighttime because it gets dark very early in February. But what if I want it to be July all of a sudden? Here's the July visuals. You can fix it to have the visuals show a certain month. So you can always have it be really nice and sunny, or always have it be kind of wintry and dire and dour, and dark in the mornings and really late evenings. It means I no longer have to tweak XML to get months. Yeah, comically, Dowler. If I go up. Is it here? The months I set for seasons are the exact month setup the Giants are using. March is day one of spring. Or spring. So, the way I had my seasons set up in FS19 is the exact way that it's set up in FS22. Can I fertilize these fields again now? Fertilized 50%. Interesting. Do I have a weed issue on any of my fields? I kind of do on field 41. I might... I don't know how the weeds work just yet. 39 is apparently full of weeds. Hang on. Ah, weeds haven't changed at all then. Have I done much logging? I've done a small bit. Von den Kruger, do it. Oh, do you Smorovich. I've done like one tree demo fly. Let me put it this way. If your complaint about logging in FS19 or FS17 was that the grabbers didn't work very well, you don't need to worry about that anymore. Hang on, I need to do... I need to... Spray boys. Okay. Spratty boys, that works. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Let's put Spratty boys on Free-ish. Yeah, you can set custom number plates. To say literally whatever you want. You do have to fill all the all of the spaces though. Can I also say it's genuinely glorious to be driving around the map and have it visually be changing? Like, you kind of get... This is always the thing with Seasons, one of the reasons I always liked it in the previous games. As time ticks on with Seasons, you kind of get a number of fresh looks at the map. Because with the trees constantly changing, you kind of get multiple different opportunities to see the map in a fresh way. And you're kind of constantly getting new vistas and new visuals going on. Yeah, it's pallets. I'll want... Okay, you can only buy these one at a time. So let's buy 4,000 litres of herbicide. There we go. The lighting and the angles, the shadows change. Oh, Gameborough, links aren't allowed, unfortunately, because... Look, this is the internet, spam bots are a thing. I don't want to have the chat filled up with spam bots posting links to, like, random stuff. What's my favorite new feature? My favorite new feature, and it's one that I didn't think... well, it's one that I wanted to try because I thought I'd like it, and it's kind of caught me off guard with how much I like it. Favorite new feature is production chains. And my favorite vehicle I've not even actually tried yet. So I think to question... hang on. Let me... What did you say above? Can I, like, scroll up, please? It's not letting me scroll up in chat. So, I have a link from Steam FS22 Community Hub indicating Steam download times around the world. If so, which so? Throw it into general if you want. You can throw it into general. It's 8 a.m. GMT, midnight Pacific is the Steam release time. Midnight Pacific time tonight. And the reason that it's using Pacific time for release as opposed to German time or whatever is because Steam is based in California. So the times will seem random around the world for the Steam release. That just relocked itself. That was an unintentional test. Steam says it is 8 a.m. GMT, which is midnight Pacific time in the US. It's midnight California time. Which sucks for people in the UK and Ireland, even in Europe, because, like, tomorrow's a work day. People are going to be going to school. Like, you know, if you're getting the game on Steam, you might not be able to play for a few, for a day or two because of, there we go, that's what I wanted to do. You can do partial width as well. Ah. So... You could have a... Hang on, I need to do this. I need to... Oh, that's really cute. You can set it so that you only have the middle turned on. And it does vary the amount of herbicide or the amount of spray you're using, because obviously if you're spraying with the full width, you need to push more out because you know you've got to get it down to the end of the booms, and you've got much more going out. London Kruger, cheers for the follow. $10 a.m. is way better than 7 p.m. That's entirely your decision. Like, I will say, Steam is probably more convenient because, you know, basically every PC gamer has Steam. Yeah, it's 2021. Basically everybody who plays on PC has Steam. And, you know, you can just access it through the Steam launcher. You can link the Giants version into Steam. But I'm going to keep mine on my desktop. Hang on a second. Ooh, look at this switches on. Yeah, if you join the Discord, just a warning, the guys in there are spam pinging everybody, saying hello. That's just their way of welcoming you. Like, you're not getting trolled. Well, you are getting trolled for the sake of being trolled, but it's not a mean thing. It's them trying to be nice. But like, that switches on in the exact way you would expect, because the highest pressure is going to be right in the middle of the spray bar, right under the tank, and the lowest pressure is going to be out in the edges. So the fact that it turns on from the middle out makes perfect. You don't want to track your hours, or you don't want to know. That's fair. Australia. Ugh. Very fancy. People from around the world watching streams. That's my favorite thing about streams, by the way, is like, I'm sitting in my bedroom in Ireland, and like, I'm able to, like, I know that I'm sounding like a boomer by saying this, but like, I'm sitting in my bedroom in Ireland talking to my computer, but through my computer I'm reaching people all around the world. And it never ceases to amaze me. It's my internet being angry. It is a bit. A small bit. It seems to be, oh, was it doing it already? It is a bit angry. It's not as angry as it has been previously. It's not going full anger. It's just doing weird things. Is there much like frame dropping and lag going on? Because it's trying to. I'm not entirely sure what it's trying to do. Posture check. My posture's a bit from the US. I would never have guessed with a name like 2021 Ford F-150 5-liter. Is the F-150 even sold outside the US? Other than like, okay, outside of North America, because I just realized, yes, it's sold in Canada. But is it sold outside of North America? Unlike any sort, you know, like any sort of numbers, because I know you can order one from the States. You can like put in a custom order. As far as I'm aware, it's like the Ford. Is it the Ford Raptor? Is the much smaller one? Is the one that's sold here? Bit of frame skip. Oh. A little more the before and after. Yeah, my internet's getting angry. It's like, it's okay, but it did drop to 800 kilobits there briefly. This is a thing my internet does sometimes. My connection is terrible. Well, it's good when it wants to be, it's just a bit unstable. And by a bit unstable, I mean, it can be really, really stable for hours, and then just crap itself. and died. Like, I had to finish Friday's stream earlier than I wanted because I saw my internet dying. And like 10... Oh no, is it doing it now? Like 10 minutes after I finished the stream Friday, my internet straight up died, so I'm just gonna watch this for a second. It's trying, but... I may need to finish up here. Just for internet reasons. When in doubt, speed test. I mean, Farming Boy, it'd be doing this if you weren't saying anything. I'm just gonna go to Big Dave, see if that somehow stabilizes the frame rate a bit. Or the upload speed. Can I change anything here? I may have stabilized it. Or not. I'm in two minds because it's stable sometimes. Nuts. No, I'm not happy with how stable it is. It's let's see who else is streaming. I'm gonna end up here and try and come back in a little bit. I get the feeling my internet's dying right now. So let's see if any of my buddies are live. That's frustrating. No. It's oh, that's not what I wanted. What's your recommended business plan when starting a new game? Get crops, get into production as quickly as you can, and work through that. You did right, Farming Boy. You did good. It'll be doing this regardless. Let's send you guys over to Twirog. I know Twirog's a nice guy. But I am going to end the stream here just because my internet is being hella unstable. And I get the feeling it's going to die soon. I'm going to try and come back. Maybe at 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's on my end. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Twirog. And hopefully come back later. Twirog's a good guy. So I'll see you guys hopefully later. If not, then tomorrow. Be about 4 or 5 o'clock Irish time tomorrow. So actually about this time tomorrow. Maybe an hour from now. Hang on, is it stabilizing? Hang on a second. My internet might have heard me and is changing its mind right now. Hang on a second. Hang on, are we aborting the abort? It's stabilized. Hang on. Let's I'm abandoning that plan. My internet has suddenly stabilized. It went through a blip. We wrote it out, guys. We did it, chatto. Rano 727, cheers for the follow. 727's a nice plane. So is that going to show weeds in 39 still? No. Good. Any bugs I experienced? None that weren't caused by my... Well, one that isn't caused by my own attitude. There's in this version at least, a minor issue where for some reason certain menu options don't work. Well, that might not be a thing anymore. Certain menu options weren't working when you were in a vehicle. But Farming Boy, don't feel bad about letting me know that the internet was going bad. That was a good thing to do. Never feel bad about giving that kind of feedback. If you've been around here for any length of time, you know that I like having the streams be as good as possible. Bales are clipping through the side of the Coon round baler. Was that the baler I was using earlier? What baler was I using earlier? Oh, I was using the Pottinger. Yeah, I was using the Pottinger. That works fine. The the round bales do seem to work nicely now. From what I experienced. Is that working? Is that... That's my favorite truck brand. I don't really like trucks very, man. I live in Europe. We don't have a... Unless you mean like lorries, in which case it's like MAN or DAF or... I like the 3-letter truck brands in Europe. Oh, it's doing it again. This is frustrating. I wish, by the way, they had the like precision farming overlay where you could see what you've already fertilized, but alas. That would have been something nice to add into the game. I'm guessing there's a reason they didn't. But it would have been nice. Who knows, it might be and I just haven't found the option for it. Because it is kind of difficult when you're doing like a contract or trying to do a field and you're struggling to find... You're struggling to figure out what you've done already. It's the aim, I think, with the nose only on USA maps. Rest doesn't matter. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Devil Dude. Like, for the benefit of you guys, I generally mainly play UK style maps. The reason is that's historically what I've played the most, which is a good reason. But also, it's just the kind of map that I enjoy the most. US maps have the nose only... Oh no, I'll be using the Mac on basically every map. I'll make it work. Farming Boy, never feel bad for trying to help me. You did good. That was the correct thing to do. Because I'd much prefer to end the stream when it's going bad like that than to try and push through and have like 73 different mini VODs that are all like 3 seconds long. It's like, you did good. There's gonna be some frame drops and a bit of lag going on. The stream buffers a bit. But it seems like it's gonna be mostly, hopefully mostly stable. For at least the next minute. You know, I had the big dead of the internet on Friday. It might actually behave for the rest of the day. He says as the bitrate goes through the floor again. How come it's less stable? My internet, Devil Dude, is unreliable at times. I have my provider isn't very good. Is the blunt option. Is the blunt answer. My provider isn't very good. It drops out and dies. Usually once or twice a day. Should be able to... Yeah, B Kenyon, I'm with you there. That was in precision farming. I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't put into base game. The only downside is now I'm constantly looking at the bitrate readout in OBS. But oh well. I'll keep pushing through, and if it gets bad for a bit of a prolonged period like it did, again, I'll probably end it there. And find somebody to radio over to. I need more water. Do you know what? I might have to end because my voice goes. I am noticing a small lump starting to develop in my throat. Which is less than ideal. And I'm sure people who are used to hearing me here are probably noticing that my voice is a bit rougher than it usually is. It'd be crazy release day starting with friends at midnight, release playing until 7 AM, then going to work. That doesn't sound like a very good idea, but I mean, you do you. But that said, I was up at 8 AM on Friday just to download it, so. Have I messed around with the animals? Not really, Chrome Chaser. I was hoping to, but just hasn't worked out well enough. Are we on a loot run now? I mean, I streamed 8 hours yesterday, Dowler, without leaving this chair, so... I've only been live for 4 now, so... If yesterday's anything to go by, I should be good. And I've basically done the same pre-stream route, well, slightly modified pre-stream routine from yesterday, but basically the same. I did the same arrangement of things before the stream. Although I will say I'm pushing, since Friday I've been pushing myself to my limits. I couldn't do what some streamers do and do like 8-hour streams every day. That would just destroy my voice. Yeah, I did, what, 6 or so hours on Friday. Just for the benefit of you, the guys that are new here and wondering if wondering why I'm giving like behind the scenes stuff. It's just what it's streaming my job. Technically, yes. Just like 7 hydrates popped on me. Yeah, but I needed them. I need to drink more water, so that's why I've got hydrates still active. Streaming is my sole source of income. It doesn't pay bills. But for reasons that I'm not going to go into, I can't really get a normal job at the moment. So I'm trying to make other stuff work. There's no legal things that are the reason. It's personal and family things. So I'm trying to make streaming work. I'm trying to make content work. But I'm lucky enough that like the only person who's hurting for me not having a regular job and a regular paycheck is me. That's not me like trying to beg for money. That's just me being honest. I don't see the point in being like dishonest about stuff. Like, yeah. So almost done with this field. I'm actually starting to get really tired now, by the way. I'll probably be in bed when Giants release Farm Sim tonight, and I'll probably be asleep. I've been going to bed very early lately to get up at ridiculous hours in the morning so that I can mind the cat, because the cat needs constant supervision, so somebody has to stay up basically all night with her. Last week I got, I think, 7 hours sleep throughout the entire week. As the walking going, it's not at the moment, Steam fan. I recently have been sleeping all day. And the internet's going again. Simple answer on the walking front is it's not. Is that now in a death spiral? Is the internet now in a death spiral? Hang on. Seems to be coming out of it. Can I... Where are you? There. Can I do that? Will that help? Is it in a death spiral?